Today we're back in Bangladesh to ride the most iconic form of transport in this fascinating country. We will travel on this impressive river ferry and explore it all in detail, from my luxurious suite to the cheapest tickets on board. So come along with me and let's check out all the food options and a very special invite to meet the captain too. It's going to be some adventure. Oh yeah, and we had a few crashes too. We stayed in Khulna the previous night, 120 kilometres to the west of today's departure point in Barishal. Our transfer included a few sightseeing stops along the way, including at the famous 60 Domes Mosque, which was simply stunning. I bet you'll never guess how it got that name. Anyway, it was well worth the extra time and super nice to see a bit more of off the beaten path Bangladesh. Back on the road, and before long we are arriving in Barishal. This is Bangladesh's 10th largest city with a population of around 500,000 people. We arrive at the river port around 4 PM, some 5 hours before scheduled departure time, in the hope we can drop off our bags at the boat and have a look around.
Are you a tourist?
Yes. After paying the 10 Taka port fee, we were allowed in. Thank you.
Okay.
And here is our ferry for tonight, the MV Manami, which has a top speed of 40 km per hour. This type of boat is referred to as a river launch in Bangladesh. Boarding is by way of this gangplank, and as far as I'm aware, there is no disabled access or facilities at all on board. We had pre-booked and paid a 50% deposit in Dhaka about 6 days prior to secure our rooms, and then paid the balance before departure. I will go through all the prices once we get going. The rooms were pretty much ready when we arrived, so we were able to rest for a few hours before the fun starts. I love the style of these river launches, covered with all their flashy lights and all trying to outdo each other. Let's now have a look at tonight's route. We depart Barishal in a northeasterly direction along the Kirtankola River before turning north on the Meghna River direct to Dhaka. We will be in one of the 4 VIP suites located on the top passenger deck towards the rear of the boat. Here's mine, which comes equipped with 2 double beds. We will check it out in more detail a bit later on. I love the hustle and bustle around the port as night falls and departure time approaches. I'm going to head down and see what food is available on the docks. I tried this spicy puffed wheat and vegetable concoction. It was absolutely delicious, but does anyone know what it's called? We then continued our exploration and found ourselves up on the bridge deck. The captain invited us inside, and wow, just look at this wheel and telegraph.
This is hydraulic.
Talk about a blast from the past. Okay, let's head down the deck as departure time is fast approaching. The last few passengers and bits of cargo are loaded. The gangplanks are withdrawn, and the mooring ropes hauled aboard. We leave pretty much on time, just before 9 PM. This trip from Barishal to Dhaka covers a distance of 150 kilometres, which is scheduled to take us 9 hours of travel time. The price of my VIP suite is 8,000 Bangladeshi Taka for single occupancy. For a second person sharing the same room, it's an additional 2,000 Taka. While this seems like excellent value for me, it is well out of reach of a normal Bangladeshi. The cheapest fare is a third class floor ticket, which costs 404 Taka and is absolutely as bad as it sounds. Here's a look at the other classes and their fares. I will show you these accommodation options in a little bit. There is a real buzz around the boat, with many people gathered on deck, waving to friends and loved ones and enjoying the experience. Whenever I'm travelling, especially on longer trips like this 3-week one across Bangladesh and India, having reliable luggage makes all the difference to me. For the past 4 years I've been using Level 8 cases, and they have recently sent me their new Adventure 20-inch carry-on, and it's quickly becoming one of my favourites. It's got a tough polycarbonate shell that's lightweight but incredibly durable, smooth 360-degree spinner wheels and a wide trolley handle that makes navigating busy airports and railway stations effortless. There's also a really well thought out interior, with separate compartments that keep everything organised. One feature I particularly like is the quick access front pocket, which makes it easy to grab my laptop, new camera batteries, passport or other essentials quickly and easily. However you're travelling, all Level 8 luggage is designed to cope with the demands of frequent usage while still looking sleek and elegant. If you're wanting to upgrade your luggage, you can grab 12% off anything on the Level 8 website using my discount code NONSTOP12. A huge thanks to Level 8 for their ongoing support of the channel. Now let's get back to the boat and our overnight trip to Dhaka. River launches are a vital part of the Bangladeshi transport network, connecting millions of people across the country's extensive rivers on a daily basis. They provide essential access to remote communities, transport goods and passengers, without which the country would not function. Okay, time to have a proper look around the VIP area and my suite. The lobby features 4 large sofas and a communal dining area down the far end. Orders will be brought up from the restaurant downstairs. My room is one of the twin suites with a lockable door. These feature full-length blackout curtains on the windows. There are a variety of main room lights which can be controlled by the switches near the TV or by the bed. There are 2 double beds which have reasonably hard mattresses along with fluffy pillows and a soft duvet. All bedding was clean. Each bed has access to 1 universal charging socket and 1 USB-A port. Life jackets are stowed under the central wardrobe, which includes a prayer mat and somewhere to hang your clothes. Against the far wall is a 2-seater sofa, a large TV, coffee table, litter bin and fridge. A couple of different complimentary fruits were brought to me shortly after departure. Now let's head outside onto the balcony. Flip-flops are provided. To the left is the private bathroom. There was plenty of toilet paper, a bum gun, some soap and a not very powerful shower. To the right is the sink and hand dryer. Everything worked as expected. The room is fully air conditioned and this also functioned very well. Free Wi-Fi is provided to all passengers, which was easy to connect to and had good speeds throughout the voyage. Perfect for streaming your favourite transport YouTubers. Welcome to the German capital. Overall, for the price I paid, I am more than happy with this room. Let's go and check out the other accommodations now. The staff were very kind to show me these earlier in the day. First is one of the 2-person cabins, which I believe come in both double or twin bed formats, and both have AC and fan options. Here is the single version. They all have TVs, power sockets, and all bedding is included. Maybe this is another version of the previous class, although I'm not 100% sure. If not, Coffin class is not on the price list. First AC is the second bottom of the classes and is in this dormitory style. It's not a terrible budget option, to be honest. However, this cheapest ticket is a terrible option. Third class floor, where basically you just make camp on the deck. It is super cheap though. All classes other than VIP have shared bathroom facilities which are spread all around the boat. Now you've seen all the classes and prices, which one would you pick? There are a few different food options, including this counter serving snacks. And a sit-down restaurant, which has more substantial meals. There is also a small shop selling drinks, sweets and packaged snacks. Everything is very reasonably priced. Okay, ship tour complete. Let's head back up to my room as it's a relatively short journey tonight, so I want to get some good rest. Curtains closed. Bedding pulled back, and it's time to settle down for the night. Good morning. Although I only slept for about 6 hours, it was very quiet, peaceful and good sleep. I set my alarm for 15 minutes before scheduled arrival, and we are already in the Dhaka suburbs. Other river launches are already parked as we approach the docks, and let's just say, it's a good thing these boats are built like tanks. Firstly, we bash the one to our right, and then for good measure give an even bigger bump to the one on our left, before finally docking safely. We arrive into Dhaka's river port around 30 minutes late at just after 6:30 AM. A man comes to help with my bags, so as we alight, let me summarise this journey up from Barishal on the MV Manami. Overall, what an experience. This was the #1 video I wanted to make in Bangladesh, and it certainly didn't disappoint. A wonderful, well-appointed and very comfortable VIP suite, with some helpful and friendly staff, and all the other passengers too. I would highly recommend one of these river launches to move around the country. It's a very unique mode of transport that you can't find anywhere else on this scale. Have you been on any sleeper ferries in Asia before? If so, which ones and on which routes? How did you find them? Let me know in the comments below. I'm always open to new video ideas, so if you have something you'd like to see on the channel, then drop me a DM on Instagram, Blue Sky or Twitter. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching to the end, and I'll see you in the next video.